Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here again for the second piece of this video exposing you to fish farming wherever you are. Yeah, so if I could remember some years ago, after obtaining second degree in Delta State University, Abubakar, where I held my first degree. If I could remember, from there, I moved to the University of Benin and obtained admission into PhD that time. So I couldn't continue that time with the University of Benin, but all what I want to make it clear here is that I done a video immediately after my master degree, but that video is in Hausa version, practically demonstrated, practically exposed, which by the grace of God Almighty, it is going to be very soon in the YouTube channel, in the Facebook, and in the TikTok, etc. When you watch it, I'm sure you will be happy to see it, because it is a business oriented and as simple as possible. Yeah. So I stopped in the other video where I was made mentioning of the character or characteristics of the male broodstock, that is namijin kifi in Hausa. Yeah, so the parental male broodstock, the qualities, as I mentioned before, it have to be above 1 kg. Yeah. So when you get it, you already have the female. Then you will now bring it to the table. All this, it have to go through process, because when you get the male and the female, you have to put them inside a bowl, that is bowl, or any container that can hold water, and put water inside to reserve them inside. So when you reserve them inside, you want to use them for breeding, right? So these are the process. The process involves the following. You will get injection. We call it ovaprim. Ovaprim injection. This ovaprim injection, we have many injections. You can use any one. We have HCG injection. We have HGC, simply means human chronic gonadotropin injection. We have pituitary gland extract injection, and we have ovaprim injection. All this I am mentioning to you, two of them was made directly from the brain of the fish. There is what we call pituitary gland in the head of the fish. When you open a head of the fish, you will see one very small whitish, it is white in nature or cream in color. You see it very tiny, just like head of matches, that small head of matches. You will see it very small and whitish or creamy in color. So that is what you call pituitary gland. It is the same thing that you are seeing that went to other developed countries and they made it possible to become ovaprim as an injection for you here to buy. So if you too want to use that, the same pituitary gland from the head of the fish, you can open the head. Once you want to eat fish, maybe if the fish is bigger, you can now open the after you slaughter the fish, arrange it very well. The head, you can open the head somewhere and pick that small dot of cream or whitish in color. So when you get it, you make it to dry from the sun. When you dry it at sun rays, then when it dries, if you are keeping them, so once they reach some 1, 2, 3 or 4 or even 1, you can just use it and squeeze it, or you put it inside mortar, that is, we call it in Hausa turmi, or very small thing container that you can press it and dissolve it. Yes, powder dissolve. You dissolve it into powder. So when you dissolve it into powder, then you now add very clean water, like pure water is clean. So you can add small amount of pure water inside, maybe 10 ml or 20 ml. So when you put injection, this what you call syringe, if you buy it from the chemist, yeah, 5 mil, 2 mil, you can now draw. When you draw 0.5, you put the water inside the pituitary dried dissolved pituitary gland from the head of the fish. When you put water inside, pure water, that is very clean water, we call it saline water, then when you put it inside bottle, you now shake it very well. When you shake it very well, you can now use your syringe and draw 0.5 mil of that your injection, because every fish that is above 1 kg or from 1 kg, it needed injection of 0.5 mil per kg. So if that fish is 2 kg, meaning you are going to inject it 1 mil, of injection. If it's 3 kg, then 1.5 mil of that thing to the fish. And when you want to inject the fish, you should inject the fish intramuscularly. One will say intramuscularly. You will look at the dorsal fins above the lateral line, just before the dorsal fins, before the head, back small, and then you will now inject the fish straight. When you inject, you put that water diluted with the dried pituitary gland from the head of the fish. You put it. It will work by His grace. So when you put it, it is the same thing that if you don't have it, you have to go to the pharmacist or chemist and buy that injection at the rate of now is around 15,000 to 20,000, as the case may be. So when you get this 15 to 20,000 per one, maybe it can inject, is preservable. You can keep it as long as you want to use it, pending the expiring date. Maybe if you inject like 10 fish, it will finish. But this one, if you are getting it from the head of the fish, you will be doing it and it will do the same work from the one that you buy. It's something, but just that some people doesn't know how to manufacture it. That is why I am now informing you, to get the experience. And you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. All together, we can do it. So when you are following these guidelines or informations or lectures related to fish and farming, I'm sure you will do it accordingly. So the purpose of the injection is to show the fish and to make the fish for the reproductive organs to mature within stipulated time frame. What do we mean here? Simply means by giving one dose of that injection to the female parental brood stock. It will now go and meet the same that pituitary gland of the head of the fish. So this one that you inject will now go and tell that one that this is a time for breeding season. This is the time the eggs supposed to drop. This is the time the egg is already matured. So all the organs of the fish, of the female parental brood stock, will now react to the injection. When it reacts to the injection, then in at least 8 hours to 10 hours, as the case may be, it will get to maturity. The eggs will ripe, will mature. When the egg matured, then that is why normally it depends. Some inject in the night so that as early at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. they now fertilize the egg. So this is when you do this, maybe very early in the morning, you will now go and remove the fish from the basin, put it on the table, hold it with a towel very well. Get somebody to help you so that when you press the stomach of the fish, when you press it, you will see the egg will be coming out smoothly into a plastic container like small rubber that is very clean. Yeah. So when you drop all the eggs, you will see them coming out. Yeah. So after you strip all the eggs, then you will now take that female brooder, return it into the water. It will continue surviving. Yeah. It will continue surviving. Yes. So you will now get the male fish. When you get the male fish, you will now sacrifice the male. So when you sacrifice the male, what do I mean here? You put it on the table, your brother, sister, or your friend, or your co-worker, or your co-friend will now come and help you hold it very well, either in your house or in your farm, so that you will now use razor blade to open straight from the genital opening. Gradually, don't use force or power, just slightly, just like you are doing operation. You open the center of the stomach. You open the center, very small, maybe as long as half a hand like this. the hole. You now put hand inside. When you put hand inside the stomach of the parental male broodstock, you will now come across the intestine. So when you come across the intestine, you can now remove the testis. Testis, that is the male reproductive organs. You will see them white in color or cream in color. Yeah. So when you remove them, they are two. When you remove them, you will now wash them with pure water or saline solution. Or drip water. Drip water is the same thing as saline solution. Pure water is also clean, so it may be considered as in the absence of those two because it's almost the same thing. What do we mean